Hey guys, this is Drakmyth, and welcome to my Darksiders Post-Mortem. This is going to be my final Darksiders video, and it's just going to kind of be my thoughts on various aspects of the game, a general review, what I think was done well and what could have been done better, things like that. I'm currently planning on doing a video like this for each game that I finish. Also, if you guys have any kind of responses to this, either on a specific point or just in general, please post it in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. Note that there will be spoilers in here, and I'm not really going to try and prevent that, just because this is the final video in an LP series, so if you're watching this, you've probably already seen the game and know the spoilers. So if you're looking for a spoiler-free review of the game, you're looking in the wrong place. Alright, so I've come up with 5 categories that I'm going to cover, and I've got a couple sub-points for each of them. I'm going to grade these categories on a 1 to 10 scale, but my numbers are fairly arbitrary. I don't have any hard criteria differentiating a 7 from an 8, for example.
I was beginning to worry you might not live up to your end of the bargain. Give it to me.
The voice acting in this game is phenomenal. Vigil hired a seriously big-name cast, and the quality shows. Liam O'Brien as War.
Then tell me what I must do, Angel of Death.
Mark Hamill as the Watcher.
Peace. Abaddon is the Destroyer. I'm pretty sure peace is off the table.
Phil Lamar as Vulgrim.
There were a few young ones. Spectacular.
And everyone else all did just amazing jobs. I particularly love J.B. Blanc as Ulthane.
You plan on using them hands ever again? You best not go touching that one ain't yours.
All the voice actors put emotion and soul into their characters and really brought them to life. The sound effects are also very well done, deep and rich. War's sword sounds like it hits like a truck, as it should, and none of the effects seem out of place or incorrectly leveled, which can often be difficult to do. The music is very well done, strong and fluid, and very well matched to the current situation. Unfortunately, it's not particularly memorable. I absolutely love the Serpent Ways track, but like so much orchestrated music that doesn't have its roots in 8-bit chiptunes, I wouldn't be able to hum it without listening to it. I give the audio an 8 out of 10.
The Hellguard stands ready.
Breaking the seals will trigger the end war. The kingdom of man is not yet strong enough. Earth will be destroyed.
Vigil did a great job taking the traditional apocalypse story and putting their own twist on it. Hell invades Earth, and War, a horseman of the apocalypse, ends up taking the blame. He then goes on a quest to find and kill the ones responsible, which turns out to be the General of Heaven's forces. Having to kill angel and demons alike to bring him down, the game ends with the combined forces of Heaven, Hell, and mediator group the Charred Council all trying to bring down War himself, laying the groundwork for an outstanding story for the sequel. I give the story a 9 out of 10.
For the glory of the light, will you do this?
Boulevard on-ramp, like blocking accident in Golden Street.
Scientists continue to debate the nature of this hard.
Come on, move it!
As far as I'm concerned, graphics do not make a game great. That's what gameplay is for. So if a game is pixelated, has low poly models or blurry textures, I don't necessarily care too much. Now that said, graphics are certainly a nice thing to have, and Darksiders has it in spades. The pre-rendered videos are simply gorgeous. For a little while, I almost mistook the intro video as being live action. The animations are smooth and flow together nicely, and the worn-out post-apocalyptic setting is portrayed perfectly, even with portions of it being bright and colorful. Some of the more expansive landscapes are simply awe-inspiring. I give the graphics a 9 out of 10. I don't think I'm doing this right. Hold on. The PC version of Darksiders is a port from its native console release, and unfortunately it shows. The PC controls, while not bad, are a little on the awkward side, making targeting and moving the camera a little more difficult than it should be. Partway through, I hooked up my PS3 controller to my PC, and thanks to the Motion Enjoy DS3 tool, had to emulate an Xbox 360 controller, which the game supports. The controls when using a gamepad are infinitely better. Camera movement, move execution, and even just moving around seem more fluid and responsive. Now, I don't think this is due to using a gamepad per se, but more so due to a slightly subpar implementation of PC controls. The only real complaint I had when using the gamepad was trying to aim the crossblade. Trying to move the targeting cursor with any kind of accuracy was extremely difficult. This was somewhat alleviated by the lock-on targeting that I discovered later, which helped when trying to attack enemies. But when it came to solving puzzles with the crossblade, a better targeting system would have been appreciated. I give the controls a 7 out of 10. Even with the outstanding audio, story, and graphics, and this is where the game truly shines. From dashing across great expanses to scouring the bottom of oceans, there are so many varied and exciting places to go and explore here. The combat is satisfying, if only a little repetitive, but the large variety of enemies and puzzles keeps things interesting all the way through. The fifth dungeon in the game, the Black Throne, felt a little long, being broken up into 3 rather large sections. But just as I was starting to get tired of the place, I was at the end of it, so it worked out pretty well. The various bosses, Tiamat,
Has the council reduced the horsemen to common assassins?
the Griever, the Stygian, Silitha,
Disturbing. Is that why you have come? To slay the final Tower Guardian? To take my heart? Did Samire?
Straga,
Straga will enjoy killing you again.
Uriel,
Because Abaddon said you understood honor, and because he was the best of us.
The death of
Dark War,
Yeah.
the Destroyer,
She mistook me for someone else. She loved
and Abaddon. Are all extremely unique and require tactics that aren't immediately obvious, which I love. The player has to think about how they progress through the dungeon and how they might apply what they learned to the fight. There are no bright glowing hit markers, except on the jailer, but that's part of his design, or pop-ups and tooltips that tell you exactly what you need to do. If you're struggling, however, you can always hold select and the watcher will give you a hint. I would have liked to see a larger number of finishing moves, or a way to chain finishing moves on one enemy into the attacks on a second to keep the combat more fluid. As it exists now, there's a slight pause in the fighting when you're performing a finishing moves that kind of kills the momentum of a nice long attack chain. I particularly enjoyed the mini-bosses, almost more so than the actual bosses themselves. The Jailer, the Broodmother, and the Black Throne Guardians were incredible fights that initially stumped me, but were a lot of fun to fight. My only complaint here is regarding the Black Throne Guardians, particularly the first one. In order to defeat him, you have to use the portal gauntlets, but it's not clear that by charging them up before firing a portal, you'll be shot out of the portal with greater velocity. Now, it appears that you're not supposed to be able to start the fight without using that exact ability to get to the boss platform, but due to the way the area is laid out, with timing and gliding skills, you can actually bypass that requirement. If I had continued to be stuck in the room below the boss, maybe I would have thought of charging the gauntlet sooner.
How did I miss this?
Now, while there is a New Game Plus mode that allows you to choose whether you want to use the Abyssal armor from the beginning or not, assuming you collected it, this game doesn't really have very much replayability, unfortunately. I love achievements, and I will definitely be playing through again in order to pick up the ones I missed. But by not getting to keep all the stuff I collected and having my weapon levels reset, it means I won't be able to complete things 100% in more than a single playthrough. Whereas otherwise I wouldn't worry about getting everything in a single playthrough and would possibly play through the game multiple times just to get my weapons leveled up, for example.
Yep. Got all 10.
I give the gameplay an 8 out of 10. Those are my categories, and with a 41 out of 50, that brings Darksiders to an aggregate score of 8.2 out of 10. This is an amazing game that you should definitely pick up if you enjoy action-adventure games, particularly games like Nintendo's Legend of Zelda series, from which this game draws a ton of inspiration. Alright, well, this game has been great. I've had a ton of fun doing this Let's Play, and I definitely look forward to doing another. I haven't quite decided what game I want to do next. I'd like to do Prince of Persia, but I'm still waiting to hear back on getting publisher permission for that and for a few other games. So this might be my last video for a while. But I want to thank you all for watching. The views, comments, likes, and subscribes are all greatly appreciated. And I really hope you had as much fun watching these videos as I have making them. To stay up to date on my latest videos and announcements, make sure you follow me on Twitter or Facebook. The links are in the description box, on my channel page, and on the screen right now. So again, I want to thank everyone, and I will see you guys next time.